Good evening, everybody. I don't know. I'm a technical person, so I cannot guarantee you I'm a good teacher or not. That you decide after the session. But any kind of doubts during our session, having in your mind, and we can go to that level in detail. So I'll just try to. I'm not going to detail into the basics of science and all. Already you people are having that science sessions, physics, etc. in school. Okay, fine. So we will just start with um, scientific study of meteorology and how we can predict weather. That is our main topic today. How people are telling tomorrow there will be any rain or not. It will be drought or rainy, flood or drizzling. Anyway, every day we can see different types of news from different agencies and weather agencies across the world. All major countries all are maintaining their own weather agencies to predict that weather, and which will safer for their economical and financial and life status, etc. So every country, each and every country, they are maintaining their own official agencies. And then today we are just trying to understand how these people predicting the weather. How can you say that whether tomorrow will be cloudy or tomorrow will be rainy? Shall I take my umbrella or shall I stop my travel? So this kind of informations we are trying to go through the basic level, how these people are understanding weather, how people are just predicting. So directly we are going to the topic. And the scientific study of meteorology did not develop until measuring instruments become available. That means prediction nowadays, all the meteorology prediction happening with the scientific tools like measurements, pressure, and humidity, wind pattern, wind speed, etc. So why? Because in ancient period, Greek philosophers, they thought this weather patterns are changing because of the sunset happening in the west, and from there the cold wind originating to east. That is the reason of weather. Maybe Aristotle and all that misinterpret on that time, because every generation gain new knowledge and then refine that the same way. That thinking level got us to reach into the current situation, developed technology, developed measurements, etc. And scientific study of meteorology did not develop because we don't have much knowledge about what is pressure, what is wind speed, how this wind is originating. But the major jump happened. This invention of mercury barometer and the thermometer, wind speed measurement instruments, all these kind of instruments invented by different scientists, and then we taken that basic principles of physics and we calculated what is the current pressure here, what will be the humidity, and we take entire inputs to a particular supercomputer and give inputs and taking solving through the physics formulas, statistical formulas, and we will just supercomputer will gives us the couple of hours later result. That is the way nowadays we are predicting the weather. So already we told how we are predicting the weather using the basic principles of physics and conduction, thermodynamics, etc. But we need inputs to get output of the result, total result in the next couple of hours later. So we are using thermometer and anemometer. It's for wind speed, and hygrometer. Sorry, slide already skipped. Humidity, wind speed, direction, etc. Snow. All these types of instruments right now available. And at an advanced level, we have radar Dopplers, which is using infrared beams, which will transmit, and that will reflect in the particular object, maybe that high density cloud or less density cloud. Based on the reflection, we will create images. For that we are using Doppler radars, and obviously satellite images, different types of sensors we are using to get accurate status level of atmosphere. So all these types of instruments installed into a particular station mode like this. All these types of instruments we are just arranging into a proper setup level as a area, and it is known as weather station. And in this type of weather station, actually what they will do, these inputs will transmit to a computer call. It's not a normal computer how we use desktop or any laptop. It is not like that. It's integrated supercomputers, which is a computing level which is really high. And these instruments across the world, you can see 10 lakh or 15 lakh instruments like this, stations like this. They will give at a time different types of values to the particular computer. And that computer, each and every 3 to 6 hours, they will generate the output, and we will make it as a graphics of the particular regions and all. I will show you later slides how they are generating that type of prediction models into a graphics, which is very user friendly to us. So this is the sample of satellite pictures. If you want to see satellite pictures of a particular region, I'm just sharing the link in the chat box. So you can also try whenever you want to locate your region. On that time, if you want to see what is the cloud status, what is the cloud density, what is the fog status, I'm just clicking on to this. Okay, so if you want to check what is the current status of your region, how that cloud will be, what is the dust particles, etc. We have different types of satellite pictures. This is a satellite provided by Japanese agency, their official website. So right now, Indian satellites are not into the high resolution pictures. They are not allowing it to use in public. That is for only official purpose. That's why I just chosen this Japanese agency site, because IMD also available. Our INSAT series also giving our picture, but that is not much type of resolution. So in this website, you can just log into this particular link, and you will get different regions and check out which region you located. Australia, Pacific, or any island, and we will just come down and check our region. It is Indian South Asia. This is our region where it's located. So once we open this particular landmark of Indian area and where it's a cloud right now located, so it's a direct visible picture, infrared visible picture. It is graphically representing, and here you can see different types of options. Why this type of different color options? Because different sensors are aimed to produce different types of pictures. For example, right now it's infrared, where you can simply see black and white picture. Here is a cloud located in this, it will be nearby just above Andhra Pradesh, Bengal, in that region. So another filter also is there, water vapor. Maybe infrared will reflect, is there any small particle or any type of object also, they will reflect and gives us this type of picture. So we just want to understand what is the water vapor level holding in that cloud. So based on that, we can also predict, high precipitation. I mean, rain chances are there. So we need to cross check and verify different types of angle. So in that angle, we will just change that filter. Then we can see, just compare the difference between this infrared old picture. So here you can see mostly cloudy, but all these reflection cloud are not get us much water vapor. So here you can see this is the area where it's a more water vapor located in this cloud, and some small part over there in Bay of Bengal, and here also. Other part we can say we cannot expect that much cloud. And in day convective storm, this means daytime, where is the major convection? When you put a cooker into a gas stove, you can see once we start flame it on, then it will boil slowly. So in that area, that vapor and how it, based on the solar radiation and based on the wind pattern, this will pop up, this clouds will pop up. And this is the major convective zones happen today's solar radiation effect. So this is the convection RGB. So we are checking where is the major area we are getting today most cloud, and where is the tendency to convection tendency happening nearby the places. So snow fog, it's like it is not like a cloudy area because it's a night time. We cannot see it very clearly. We will just go to the air mass. Air mass means the thickness of the cloud. See, this is the basic thickness, and here you can see this most dark side and all those things. Here you can see less thickness, and based on that you can assess thickness of the cloud. This is the visible, what we can see if we are looking into the atmosphere with the blind eye, direct eye. But as it's a night time, I think it's already night time, so we cannot getting that direct picture. So this is the sandwich image. Sandwich image means based on the ground level reflection and upper level. So you can see this dark pattern which is showing thick density cloud, and this area we can expect more precipitation. And downline, this is the low base clouds, which is the height 1500 to 2 kilometer, 1500 meter to 2000 meter. In this level, clouds are showing this gray and light shade. Higher altitude cloud, it's a 5 kilometer to 3 kilometer to 5 kilometer range clouds are just indicating this dark color shade. So this is, I just introduce some of the satellite picture, how you can follow and how you can trace it out. Not only JMA, Japanese Meteorological Agency, so you can just go through, you can follow IMD, European Metsat Agency, Bangladesh, and all other satellite capable countries, all are there having their own satellite. Most of the satellite pictures are freely available. So you can go and change the filter, and you can understand what is the cloud level in your area. Obviously, we will just go to the some basics of weather, like how this weather changes happening in the atmosphere, how this weather conditions are changing hourly basis. These are the temperature, atmosphere pressure, cloud formation, wind, humidity, and rain. And any one of these factors affecting in a slight level, that will change your weather pattern in a different angle very next hours. So major components: temperature, atmosphere pressure, and cloud formation. We discussed about the convective effect because of the solar radiation, and wind, humidity, and rain. All these factors are affecting our these all are the major 6 factors, the reason of our weather pattern change. And why these changes are immediately happening? All of you know Earth is just rotating in a high speed, and Earth's rotation has a significant effect on our weather, because in northern hemisphere, planetary rotation affect moving mass right in the southern hemisphere to the left. So this rotation speed, it will affect this wind patterns and wind movement. I will just graphically represent this, then you can understand this easily. Because in an hour, Earth spinning 1600 kilometer per hour, and it's a tilted angle of 23°. So you can see here the middle part, equatorial region, carries the highest speed of rotation, and 1600 kilometer per hour. If you go to northern side or southern side, then speed is just decreasing, because the circumference is less compared with the middle part. I mean, like to the equatorial region, it's a high area, and it's coming to the northern pole or southern pole, that is decreasing. Due to that, speed also will be very less. That is the reason you can see most of the weather predictions happening in Europe very accurately. They will say next day if it is raining or not, then they will just predict it's mostly accurate, because in that region, wind circulation and all this type of uncertainty, it's very less. In an average, solar radiation equatorial region will be like 38 to 42 degree in an average in a year. So sunlight moving towards northern pole, or it's moving to the southern pole, in an average every year we can expect higher solar radiation in equatorial region. So all the uncertainty, convective storms, convection condition, all these things are happening in the equatorial region. We are living in equatorial region. India and other similar latitude countries are facing more uncertainty on the weather because of this reason. So when we compare, mostly people say in Europe and US, if you go there, they are predicting weather very accurately. Why in our country it's not happening? So this is the major challenge right now also we are facing, because high solar radiation and the high speed effect also in the equatorial region. That is the uncertainty every time it's happening. It's difficult to predict. And this is the convection that couple of slides before we just checked, convection filter in a satellite image. So obviously this solar radiation will lift up vapor and all those things, and this convection create this type of clouds, and then it will condensation happen, then it will fall down as what droplets. And Earth is already tilted in a 23-degree angle. So once solar light just down to the Earth, and every 365 days Earth is rotating, and we are getting different region, different season, different strength of sunlight, because of Earth is just tilted 23-degree angle. And the same reason we are also facing different type of wind pattern in different regions across the world. But major type of this type of wind patterns are just measured like this, and equatorial regions and all the winds will join together in the equatorial region area, because as I think most of you people already learned that Coriolis force, because when you spin a particular mass and that wind will join together because of Coriolis force, this will join together and move to the opposite side. So this is the major part, and the effect of in the wind pattern and the wind spinning speed is very less in northern and southern hemisphere. That wind angle will be majorly to the east side. These all are the major equatorial region. Circumferences is high, then that wind pattern will go to the western side. This is the major pattern we observe. This is the total atmosphere height. So we are living below 10 kilometer here, and most of the events happening, I mean weather events happening, convection, solar radiation, wind pattern, all these major events happening below 10 kilometers. So you can just compare Everest, Mount Everest also below 10 kilometer, and our commercial flights are traveling near to the 10 kilometer height, and the different countries, they are having a spy plane and all those things in this nearly 20 kilometer height. And weather balloons will detect all the humidity level, moisture level, wind pattern level, because this weather balloons just connected with different types of sensors and chips. So we have majorly, we are just logically we are giving partition to the atmosphere: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and thermosphere. Thermosphere, which will comes around nearly to that our gravitational level, nearly 100 kilometers, that will become zero. So all the major events happening related to weather, it's near this 10 kilometer circle. The same case, you can come here to the website which I shared. Anybody open this?
Yes.
So this is a computer simulation model, which mean to understand different type of wind patterns, how it's right now currently. This is a real-time weather modeling. So you can see, if you want to zoom, you can zoom into this. Currently this wind, you can see all the parameters here, selection parameters. We selected air already here, and animate wind, currents or waves, anything we can select. And this is 1000 hectopascal height. So this 1000 hectopascal height, which will comes around nearly 1.5 kilometer, or this is the surface level right now. Now we are seeing this wind animation right now near to Kerala and near to that sea level and all. Now current wind status and wind angle is like this angle. I mean east to west is the status, and you can see in Kerala and all here some wind turning, surface wind. I mean like below 10 meters. Here in Kerala, you can see some wind pattern just turning from coast to the land, and here Bay of Bengal side surface wind is just blowing from east to west. And you see to Oman right now, what is the current status? You can just compare, once you finish this session, you can go outside, take this model in your mobile or computer, and then just cross check whether this same wind pattern is happening it or not. You can just hang a newspaper piece in a tide, any type of things, and you can check this. Maybe very wind speed also, if you click here, you can see your area, what is the wind speed right now. 8 kilometer per hour. It's a very less speed. It's nearly Oman, from Oman coast to Oman landmass, that wind is blowing from east to west. So you can compare this. Real-time simulations are matching to the original output. So right now we are going to check another height, another level of atmosphere. Right now we are living in the surface level. Right now we are checking in cloud level, that is 1.5 kilometer. So you can select here 1000 HPA, hectopascal level. So this will show right now, you can see the animations are changing. So see, already surface level wind and 1.5 kilometer level wind is differently, I mean slight variation in the blowing angle that you can see right here. And you can zoom in, zoom out, and rotate, locate anywhere you want. This is the 850 hectopascal, which comes around 2.5 kilometer wind, 2.5 kilometer height wind. Here also some changes, and you just check it's 3 to 5 kilometer level wind. Then you can see how this wind pattern is changing. Now see, entirely different pattern. It's there from the surface level to 5 kilometer. Earlier we checked the surface level wind, it was blowing from east to west, but right now you can see wind is blowing in 5 kilometer from west to east. So especially this type of wind, this will bring colder wave from this northern hemisphere. You can see this wind is blowing from east to west to east. So obviously it is turning from Mediterranean area to Middle East. You can see here is the Mediterranean area, and this 5 kilometer level wind, it's blowing from west to east along with the cold wind just over the Middle East. So obviously next couple of...
Excuse me, sir. Can
Yeah.
I ask a question?
Yes.
Is it jet stream?
No, jet stream is something, I mean, we will just go to the jet stream. It's little bit or higher. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jet stream, it's a little bit higher than this.
No, is this wind is getting influenced by jet stream?
Yes, definitely it will influence by, because it's a logical difference we are just giving to measure all these patterns. Definitely it is, we cannot just, differentiate, or just we cannot take a border. It's logically we are just giving all these border. So obviously higher level wind, when it's blowing into a particular angle, they join together, this the below level also slightly influence. That is sure, I'm sure. Okay. So this is known as western disturbance in weather terms. People will say this is blowing from the west because western disturbance.
Yeah, western disturbance is also brought by jet streams, no? It has got an influence.
Yeah. There is an influence, but the major cold wave and all those things we are measuring and forecasting with this western disturbance, which is in the 700 level. But not one point, based on your terrain. If you are living in a low level terrain, this may not get a higher effect from the sea level. If you are living in, I think you can understand that logic, right? You are going to altitude high.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this western disturbance and cold waves, that is the reason it is affecting in highland, like Ghat area. And if you go to hill area, this season will get temperature, very low temperature. So here also you can see in Middle East, in this level, wind blowing is consistently blowing wind. And then here is the button. You can check what is the next day status. How long this will. This is the current status as on today. Date and time is here. This is the time right now. And you can just click on this menu. So this wind pattern prediction is like same day. So next day also you can predict the same pattern, that temperature will be less in that area. See, you click 2-3 more days, and sometimes after 4 days, 5 days, same pattern we can see here. And so obviously weather prediction people, they will say this low temperature will continue in Middle East.
Sir, one more doubt. In that map, the above, just nearby the Mediterranean Sea, you can see a red color. Is it because of that warm current that is blowing? It is getting an effect of warm wind, warm air.
This clockwise circulation, you think? No.
No. Just above that red color.
This color.
Yeah.
This color, what it's actually graphically we are visualizing here is the high wind speed. So you click here, that wind speed value, you can see it's 70 km per hour. I mean 5 km wind per. So that is graphically visualizing, and here you click. Right now, see, it's only 11 km per hour.
11 km. Okay.
So what you just asked about this dark color, it's a high speed wind indication by graphical representation.
Okay.
So we'll just try to click here. See, 147 km per hour the wind is blowing in that level. So this is a graphical representation of color scale of wind speed. That's all.
Yeah.
I will show you what you asked for, that type of intensity, that type of real-time weather. We are having different model is there. So this is the next level. If you go to that 500 HPA, hectopascal level, you can see wind is blowing just near to the polar region. See, here you can see that, as you said, he just mentioned about that dark color. Heavy jet streams are just rotating.
Yeah, that is polar jet streams, no?
Yeah, polar jet streams. It's blowing here. Half part of the influence, it is just, just below level. It is.
That is the wobbling is because of the land and water distribution.
Yes, right? Exactly. So this higher level wind, if you click 250 hectopascal, which will comes around 10 km and all, you can see this higher wind speed.
Yeah.
Usually in and across the globe, this is the trend.
Yeah, and jet stream will get faster as it is cooler, right?
Yes, faster
Yeah.
as it is cooler. So I'll just navigate navigate from the first. If you go to this website, you will get a screen like this. So here is the menu, Earth. Here is the menu. You just click on here, and here you can select the parameters. If you want to check ocean condition and chemical condition and all the air level, wind, current, waves, and all those things. Right now, we just
Sir, it will be helpful for others that when you connect currents, ocean currents and wind, so they can somewhat understand how it is connected.
Yeah. So
The wind
right
pattern.
now, yeah. So we are just right now we are just in the menu of wind. Wind pattern is showing, and wind height is just nearly 10 kilometer. This is the pattern. If you want to close this menu, you can zoom it out, zoom this wind pattern like this. So in India also you can see this why this wind influence and the cold influence it's happening. You can see it's blowing directly west to east. So mid part of India to North India, along with Middle East and this region, might be this region Africa, all areas will continuously heavy. Heavy fall off. Temperature fall down, and you can see some days this ice falling and all those things. And this will be more crucial when you go to European region and all, because there you can see consistent wind pattern, jet streams like this. So we can just try to change the parameters here. Temperature, height, ocean currents. So here also you can see different level you can select. Current generating level and all the amplitude you can check here, and the different level here also you can see. And this in case of ocean, you can change the parameter, and it's a little bit so slow, so sorry for that. So this is the ocean level, how this waves, in which angle it's right now it's happening in the sea. So we will just come to the Indian coast and zoom it out. We are now checking the parameter of waves. So you can see in Kerala coastal area, waves are just into south to east, south to east, southern, eastern, or northern angle. It's like so you can simply click here, and you can see the value. What is the wave speed? 9 kilometer. And if you want to clearly locate the region, so you copy paste this latitude and longitude and copy paste in Google Map. So exactly this will show where is the location name and the place name. That is the easiest way to identify a particular region. If you are just noticing some extraordinary wave or wind or any kind of signs, if you want to identify the location. So we will just try to do that also. See, we just clicked a place here. We will just check a temperature mode. Right now, we are trying to take it out in a, maybe it's a Kerala portion near to Chertala or some area. Anyway, here is the temperature, surface temperature.
Abhilash, there is a question from Shaurya. Is hectopascal a unit to measure wind direction?
No, it is measured for pressure. Hectopascal is measured for wind speed. We are measuring same like how a kilometer or miles, the same measurement we are taking. This is for hectopascal. We are measuring pressure level. Okay. So for particular area, we identified the surface temperature right now 21.1 degrees Celsius. So we just want to understand which is the location. They already given the latitude and longitude. Just copy paste this latitude and longitude to Google Map. So we will just copy paste here and enter. I think it will go to the place we selected. The place is near, it's near Kadairippu or something like that. I think it's nearby Kakanad, Cochin. Okay, just eastern side of Cochin. That was the location. We just rectified the temperature of surface level 25 degree in this level. So you can also click the forward button. You will get coming days prediction also, because coming day it's predicted the same time 22.5 only. Here is the temperature, it's showing 21.5. The same day we can understand what will be the wind speed, what will be the temperature, and all the factors. So here also they are giving some space observation. I think it's not available right now. So we can just move to another wind model. Okay. So we come back to the earth tilting and wind model, common wind pattern, and coming to the monsoon season. Why this wind is blowing from south to northeast, and that is in this summer monsoon and winter monsoon. Again, the solar light is just going to the southern hemisphere, and that time the same wind pattern will blow back. So that time we call it a northeast monsoon. So this is the basic theory of monsoon, and based on that, all the same season, this October, November, I mean June, July, August, all this season, this wind is consistently blowing towards south to northeast. Why? Because all the convection, all the water vapor lifted from Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean area, that will just throw to the Indian landmass continuously 2-3 months. That is the season known as monsoon. Once that sunlight moving down to the pass and going to the southern hemisphere, that time the same wind pattern will follow back to the solar radiation. Where is the more heat happening, on that angle wind is blowing back. So then our monsoon will wind up, and we will wait for the next season when the sun is just moving above the northern hemisphere. Again, next season monsoon will come. This is the basic simple mechanism. There are a lot of events also happening in that time. In this Madagascar area, there will be high pressure, and because of solar radiation in Tibetan plateau, there will be a low pressure, and obviously a high pressure that will help and trigger more wind blow to that low pressure area. So all these factors encourage monsoon also. These all are the small mechanisms are there in monsoon time. So this is the reason where the earth is locating in different seasons. You can see, because of the earth tilting, the solar sunlight in southern hemisphere, arctic circle, and southern hemisphere, you can see here is the southern autumn. And once it's come back to the October, November, December month, this will change different based on the earth angle, based on the sunlight just landing on the earth, based on the season also will change. This is the simple representation. Then you can simply understand why these seasons are changing in a year, different every 3 months. Every 3 months you can see some rainy season, summer, and all those things, and cold season also coming up. So here I will just demonstrate another website This is a detailed representation of prediction chart, weather modeling chart, numerical weather modeling chart. There are a lot of websites are available. We can use this type of website, I mean, weather prediction models. Once I felt that this is more user friendly and all, that's why I selected, and I'm just showing weather prediction models are developed by different countries, different agencies, maybe around 12 to 15 popular weather modelings are there based on the logical programming and input level and processing method. USA follow GFS model, European agency follow ECWRM, India just following American model and European model and customized into our way. We don't have any standalone model. We are just taking their same model and just customized in our Indian meteorological model that based on GFS. It's a different model. So here you can see, can you see the slide? Sorry, this.
Yeah, we can see this site, but that site link is not pasted in the chat.
Okay, fine. I'll paste it right now. So this is Tropical Tidbit free website. So you can just click here. So you can parallelly, you can just try this. There are different models are there. So we just want to take the parameter and we are checking the status of GFS model, how that output will be. So here you can see different models, ECWRMF by European agency, GFS by American agency, CMC by Canadian agency, NavGen is by also Canadian, ICON is by Germany, and JMA is by Japanese meteorology agency. These all are the major weather prediction models, which is generated by their own supercomputers. Okay, this all indicates different outputs because their processing method, their input giving method, all things are different. So different countries are following best models suitable for their region. Okay, so we will just anyway remember this website address for a easy method how you can just predict your area because the geographical location already marked here. So what we discussed earlier, all the parameters and all the prediction which you can navigate very easily in this website. Both models integrated in this website. So go to www.windy.com and here you can see right side. You can, if you want to see the current status of satellite and radar image of this particular area. So basically you understand where you are located right now. If you want to locate Muscat area, so we will just, I think you can also navigate this Muscat area. What is the prediction, how we can use this prediction models. You can zoom how you use the Google map and what. Just take the first option. What is the satellite picture? What is the atmosphere status there? So you click there and here satellite menu right side you can see. Just wait 2-3 seconds after each click because it's processed by huge computers and lakhs of users are there. So obviously this type of websites will be very slow all the times. So this is the current status of Muscat, Oman. You can see a little cloudy. And if anybody located in this area, you can just look to outside and whether the satellite data are correct or not, right? I'm not aware of this area. So, but near to Muscat and all, it's cloudy. So same way you zoom out and come to India. So here you can see there is not much cloud and in Kerala and that area because there are some cloud indications are showing, but actually that is fog located in the hill areas. Here you can see Kumali, Coimbatore, all this area. It's located in Western Ghats. That side you can see this is fog. And here satellite picture you can change and you can change it to visible mode, another mode. It's a blue mode, and you can see here visible mode. So the sensor will change to some other type of visual. And another infrared mode is there. So you can see that thickness and density of the cloud. You zoom to Muscat. Here you can see southern side of Muscat and western side of Muscat, and in the sea level area. Here you can expect average precipitation, good rain. So this is the current status you can see here. Same way you come to Dubai, Oman border. See here also precipitation chances are high. The same time you see in Kerala, you can see this is only fog and less rain chances. There is no rain chances in Kerala. And here we just cross check. You remember we just went through that JMA satellite. On that time also there was a cloud reflection. It was showing here, and this Bhubaneswar, Orissa, Bengal, and Sikkim in this area. So this is the real-time factors. And in case of wind, we checked in null spool and all. You can just change the menu part here. This is the surface level wind. Now it is blowing like this. This is the pattern. And here come to this point surface, and here is a menu. Just shift this menu bar, and you can see the kilometers, 1000 meters, 1000 meter, and then just see the changes in wind blowing pattern. Now we changed into 2000 feet, that is 600 meters. And now we changed 3000 meters, 3000 feet and 900 meters, nearly 1 kilometer. So change the wind direction, how it's changing. Now we changed it to 1500 kilometer. And here you can again move western disturbance and all coming 3 kilometer. See, you can see 3 to 5 kilometer wind. We checked in other website. So this is the blowing pattern. So upper air flow is different from the surface level. Surface level is blowing, wind blowing is like this. We don't have much effect, but you go to upper level. As somebody mentioned, jet streams and all. See, this is the pattern, and globe also you can zoom out. This is the global trend of higher altitude wind. So this is here you click, you can see the value 94 kT. 94 kT will becomes around nearly 180 kilometer per hour. This is not going to affect us, but because it's a higher level wind blowing, so we don't feel that. But in terms of cold and temperature, these kind of things, snowfall and all those things, we will feel this type of pattern. We can predict our future weather. And we have some rain and thunder menu here. Go here, and here you can see this is the current status, Wednesday 29:07 p.m. Here you can put play button, or you can navigate like this, 10 p.m. What will be the status 10 p.m. Here is like this, so many particular area. This is the rain chances indicating in this type of graphic level. You can measure the intensity of graphics here. This is the 1.5 millimeter per hour, 2 millimeter. This is up to 30 millimeter per hour. So this is below 1.5 millimeter or 2 millimeter. Light rain chances are there as per this wind model by Thursday 6 a.m. By tomorrow morning you can expect some slight rain chances just south side of Muscat. So here you can navigate again. This trend is changing to some other area, Dubai, Dubai, Oman border also. This way you can just, if you want to check what will be the status of New Year evening, New Year night, 12 a.m. And that time you just click here, and you can see slight rain chances for the New Year night in Muscat. Here you can zoom. So this light rain chances, if you want to measure that rain level point, very light rain chances, that might be snowfall also, light snowfall also. So this is the light rain chances in the New Year night. Next day first also you can check that possibilities are gone. So that day, January 1st, here the average rain chances are showing near Dubai territory. I mean not Dubai, UAE territories. Here it is the indications. For our place and all, there is not much rain chances in South India, but there are some possibilities in north and all. It was there in the particular day, today. This is the area we located the cloud with the satellite, with the help of satellite image. And you come down next menu, thunderstorm menu. This is the thunderstorm menu. You can see this is the colored area. You can expect thunder. Strength of the thunder indicates here like this. And you zoom in the areas. You can see all this area. They can expect right now thunderstorms. This is in Bengal or Orissa, in that area, not in our other places. So temperature, if you want to check the temperature, you come down here. You can see temperature now it's showing 3,500 kilometers because we just navigated this far. We just come down, we just want to understand our surface level temperature. So this is the surface level temperature, current surface level temperature. You just move 2-3 hours ahead. You can see this is the changes are happening. In night time, like 12 a.m. or 3 a.m. tomorrow, late night, 18 degree, 20 degrees Celsius, like this. In the daytime, once solar radiation coming up, that will get, so that you can see that color representation, it's little bit higher. So here that will be 25 degree, and evening, so after sun will set, this will come down, temperature will fall down again. This is the temperature checking method. And if you want to see that cloudy environment and all, cloud prediction also, here it is available. Low clouds you can select, and cloud base also, total cloud base also you can select this, like this. And in case of ocean and all, ocean status, wind, waves and all, you can click select from here. So this is the ocean wave status, and wave speed also, wave height also you can measure, 0.6 meter height and all. These all are the different levels, different parameters also you can add. Why? Because sometimes you want to check the ozone layer and aerosol particle level and that pollution. All these parameters you can select and add to your windy map, and you can select, check accordingly. For the pollution type of all the things also you can check here. And this is based on ECW RMF. This is a European model. And if somebody wants to see what is the output of GFS for the same condition, you can just click here. Maybe slightly different because their processing and their model is giving different output, but almost that will be 65 to 70% almost nearly matching all the results. This is Icon, how they are producing wind or rain conditions, etc. So we in ECW RMF we predicted rain for tomorrow. See, this is the rain condition we just predicted a couple of minutes before. And in this southern side of Muscat, you just see what is GFS opinion in this case. ECW RMF says, there will be slight rain chances here in Oman, southern side of Oman. And GFS, you click that. See the difference. GFS is showing the wind chances are there in the sea, not here. And this is American model. This is by Icon. This is the German model. Just click that. German model says, that eastern side of Oman, seaside, they are expecting rain. So 3 different outputs are giving, but almost in this case, we can expect in and around this region, it may rain chances are there in the late night or by morning. So this is the suspected area. European model says that will be some rains will be there in the sea and light rain will be there in the southern side of Muscat. and GFS, but totally they disagree with the model. You can change the time here also, but they are telling that will be mostly rain will be in the seaside. But all this rain, please notify that graphic scale intensity. So it's very less rain chances, very light rain chances only. So intensity here, if it is high, that will be more yellow or red. That type of color will show. It is just a slight rain graphic. So this is all for the prediction models and all. So I just avoided the complicated one because we missed out our couple of minutes and all. I think we are not going back to the slides again, and I think we can open up an interactive session. What you understood from the explanations, last couple of slides, and all these things. And if you have any type of doubts and anything missed out and clarification, it's more required from my explanation, that also you can ask right now.
Sir, in that Windley.com, there is one column. After we press radar and satellite comes. What is the use of that satellite?
You mean this radar and radar satellites?
Yes, sir.
In that slide, you see we just mentioned it, different instruments using for weather forecasting purpose. You remember Doppler radar and satellite, right? We mentioned about that.
Okay.
Doppler radar is using to get the actual real-time status of accurately from the landmass. And this Doppler radar, which will transmit microwave waves to the cloud area in near surroundings and all, which will reflect back from any object, and we will make it as an image. So if you want to see that, is there any actual raining happening, you can see the accurate, you click here, weather radar. Weather radar, you see here, this is the technical complaint of Indian Meteorology Department, the weather radar. So these color scales are totally wrong. Here, no rain and all. It's only rain happening here. You can see here in this area, spotted, isolated rains are there. This is the real-time raining status collected by the Doppler radar. So satellite images gives you the overall picture, real-time. This picture, you know, that cloud density and different types of filters. But radar will give you the actual droplet count, actual droplet indications, and whether it is real-time raining or not. We cannot predict weather with the radar. We can see actual status with the radar image. Radar is located in landmass, located in different offices, research centers. Hope you've seen type of radars in different research centers, right? In campuses or something like that. So the radar data we are collecting from the landmass. Satellite data we are observing from the space. That is the difference. Here for this Doha and Qatar, you see right now it's heavy raining here in Manama. I think this is Manama. It's in Bahrain, right? If you can just call somebody and ask southern side of Manama.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, one more doubt. Sir, is it always 100% okay?
Not 100% okay, because sometimes this radar and satellite images can mimic this. If is there any snowfall, that snowfall they will just detect like the same color code, and as like we can say that is we cannot say that is 100% rain, but that might be heavy density fog will be there, maybe snowfall will be there, that will also detect like this, because there will be an object, right, that waves will reflect back.
So, but 90% is correct, right?
Yeah, yes, 90% it is correct. 90% you can say it is correct. And in case of accuracy, what I'm telling, maybe ice particles also will reflect and then get the image, right? System cannot understand sometimes whether it is rain particles, I mean rain droplets or ice particles. That is the only accuracy difference. But anyway, that precipitation will be there for snow precipitation or rain precipitation. That in that case it's 100% correct, because it's giving us the real time thing, not predictions. Below all these menus, you can see all predictions. Apart from satellite, weather radar, all the menus, rain, thunder, and temperature, cloud, waves, air quality. Here you can see the air quality. Suppose, you know, in Delhi and all, nitrogen, aerosol, particle, all kind of, suppose you just click on to air particle pollution. See, you can see here in Lahore and in New Delhi area, coming days also you just click here. So in nighttime, daytime again it's pollution that will be higher. In case of this pollution wise, Delhi you can see this dark, and you aerosol, all these things are heavy dense because of the vehicle pollution, and from this industrial area, all these particles will just located just above the city. So we can expect pollution warning again will rise up for Delhi again. And here in Qatar, Doha also, you can see.
Sujit, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, so what is that DVZ, A, DVZ, and some when I'm clicking N02, it is coming some A, DVZ in
This one you mean, or
that one,
this is the thickness, how we measure that, you know, hectopascal and temperature, wind speed, kilometer level, like that. This pollution level it's measuring. I'm not aware of the exact volume, how we can measure this thing, but this is the measurement scale.
Okay.
Okay,
Anyone else? Any doubt?
So
Sorry.
if you can make it clear, just, you know, that you be this 40.8, that NO2 level and all, we'll just Google it and then you will get that what is the type of, I'm not aware of that, you know. I know that thickness, density, a particle joined together, that measurement is showing like this. But in this indication, we can see that pollution rate will be high.
Okay.
So if you want to understand clearly, you just Google the same thing, copy paste that values, and then that explanation how that will be calculated in method of in scientific way, how it will be the calculation method and all that you will get. I just want to ask all the participants, if anybody asks you what will be the weather tomorrow. Anyway, last 1 hour nearly we are discussing about the weather. End of the day, we just touched here and there of the weather, backyard of meteorology here and there. But we came to this type of model websites and how you can predict the weather in your near area. If anybody confident to, if somebody asks what will be the weather tomorrow or what will be the weather after 4 or 5 days, can you able to do like this?
I can do.
Then it's fine. So that is the simple thing what we just know. If we are just reading a newspaper, so what is the rain? I mean, is there any, what is the weather conditions as per expected and all those things? Then you can also cross check whether these people are saying it fact or not. Then log into this type of website, satellite images. Already we discussed, right? How you can navigate all these things, whether this cold wave will be there or not, and the rain will be there or not. Same way, if at least somebody can just cross check the news and all, that will be fair enough. So
Yes,
every
sir.
day,
In chat they are writing that they can.
yeah,
So
then
they
it's
wrote,
fine.
Yes, Faiz wrote. So children, they understood at least to search and find out it.
Okay, then it's fine. Then it's
Yes.
fine. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much for a wonderful session. This is helpful for students as well as teachers also. Thank you very much.